Good morning. Time for our monthly update. This month I'm going to talk about our health units in our parish. To give you a little background on what the health units are all about, our health unit takes care of the WIC programs, takes care of these shots, takes care of these kids. Anytime you need anything from the health units in Sunset, Eunice, Melville are owned and operated by parish government. The one in Opelousas is owned by parish government but ran by the state. So back in the day, the health unit in Eunice, the health unit in Sunset, and the health unit in Melville was ran by the state as well. But whenever they started doing budget cuts years ago, then it went to this part where parish government took over the expenses of running these facilities so we could give care to people all around our parish. If it was up to the state, they'd have that one location in Opelousas. They'd make you come to Opelousas and that's it. Well, we're not gonna do that. So we did this years ago where the one in Sunset is ran by the parish completely. And the one in Eunice up until I think it's 14 or 15 of 2014 or 2015, the state was in it and we were in it, but then the state pulled out completely. So now it's ran completely by the parish and we offering the same services that the state is offering. But again, instead of making people from Eunice drive to Opelousas or making people from Sunset, Grand Coteau, Orneville area drive to Opelousas, we have it where you come right here to Sunset Health Unit. Also in Melville Health Unit is done by the parish completely. We're there every other week, so you can set appointments up over there. You can bring your kids, get their shots, and the WIC program is initiated over there as well. The health units are a very big part of our parish government. They bring in, there's a tax that's on the ballot. I want to say it's a two mil property tax that's done parish-wide. It's also in the incorporated areas as well. So not just in the parish, but also in the municipalities as well. And that brings in about $1.2 million a year, roughly. Then out of that health unit tax, we run all of those facilities. Plus, we have nurses for the jail in there for the inmates, to care for the inmates. We also take care of animal control out of there. Out of that $1.2 million, approximately $550,000 a year is put towards animal control. Animal control is a big issue in our parish. It has always been a big issue in our parish, and it's growing instead of being less. But what we have done in the past 3 months with the help of the Bissell Foundation is we cap the number of animals coming into that shelter. We have to cut the cost by some kind of means, and the only way we can do that is to cut the amount of animals coming into the shelter. Now we do have more transports heading out to the northern parts of the states. That helps with that, but we at 70 animals in animal control, that's our top number we want to be at. We used to have up to 300. And it's unattainable. You cannot make it work with 300 animals in there. It's not made for that. It was never made for that. It's not something that we encourage. We encourage you to keep your animals. We encourage you to feed your animals. We encourage you to do what you got to do with your animals. If you take on an animal, be prepared to take care of it as well. So there's a lot of expenses that goes on with the health units, with the health unit fund. It helps a lot of different people throughout our parish. So just keep in mind that when you see the health units and you see the people working in them, that's parish employees, except the ones over here in Opelousas. And then one in Opelousas, we do provide for one sanitarian for the Opelousas health unit so they can go out there and check on business places. So we do help the state a great deal. The state pays nothing towards the health unit. They don't pay for $1 of any materials, any kind of nothing, rent, nothing. So it's all on the parish, and if we don't do what we do, then the state wouldn't have it here. So we got to make sure that we keep our health units up and running and keep everything in the right direction. We do have, like I said, the Melville Health Unit is a place where the kids can go to and get their shots for schools and get everything they need from the WIC program. That was put back in place not long ago because we did have some kids in that area who didn't get their shots, so they couldn't go to school. So we was able to make that happen, and we're going to continue to make that happen. Again, this is just a short, brief monthly report that we're gonna put out every month, and every month we're gonna put out different departments, different funding mechanisms, so we can let the people know what we know and be transparent with everything that we're doing in the government, because this government can only be ran efficiently as much as it can be whenever you get the feedback from the people and understand what they want and all of their needs. So we always prioritize their needs, prioritize the funding, and making sure that everything's being put in the right place. Again, if you need anything from me, you can contact me on my cell phone, 337-351-1482, or at the office, 337-948-3688. And thank you all for allowing me to be your parish president.